know about the USA? Do you know about the government? Can you tell me about the Constitution? Hey, learn about the USA. In 1787.
All right, so while I have some time, I just wanted to start this new series of videos, really short ones, like, I don't know, 5 to 7 minutes each, about the Constitution and how I think the Trump administration and his supporters are transgressing it. And we'll start with the preamble, which is, boring, but something that a lot of us memorized as children. I think like Schoolhouse Rock made a song about it where they sing it. In fact, I'll probably edit that into this right now. But yeah, I want to talk about the preamble first, and then we'll go through all the articles and amendments. It's probably like, I don't know how many episodes this will be, but I'll keep them short. So yeah, let's start with just the very first words. I'm looking over here because I got notes. Again, like I said, I'm not an expert at this. I'm just going to make these for you so we can talk about it. So I'll read it straight in the words that were written. So, we, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, and promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution of the United States of America. All right, here's my modern translation. We, the people of the United States, join together to build a stronger nation. We commit to fairness under the law, to keeping peace at home, to protecting the country from threats, to promoting the well-being of everyone, and to safeguarding freedom for ourselves and for our future generations. To achieve these goals, we establish this Constitution as the foundation of our government. So that's a more modern version of the words, a lot easier to understand. So something about the preamble is, it's part of the Constitution, but it's not legally binding. But what it does is it frames the purpose of the Constitution. Like, why are we even doing this? Because we had the Articles of Confederation before. Why are we doing a Constitution and changing that? So they had something called the Committee of Style, and a person named Gouverneur Morris, and he was not a governor, that was his name, actually penned the preamble. So the reason they wrote it this way is because previously in other documents like the Treaty of Paris and the Articles of Confederation, they actually listed out the states. So it'd be like, we, the United States of America, and then it would list all the states and say they're independent and sovereign states. So this is saying that's not the case anymore. The people are the foundation for the federal government of the United States. So when you break down the promises that it has, unity, justice, domestic tranquility, common defense, general welfare, and liberty for our posterity. Those are the promises that it gives us. And James Madison actually wrote in Federalist number 49, basically that the people are the only legitimate fountain of power, and it is from them that the constitutional charter is derived, right? So it's from the people, it's not from a person, it's not from the state governments or anything like that. So some of the norms and traditions that flow from that, leaders govern for all Americans, not just their base, not just those who vote for them or their party, all Americans, which has been the norm since the beginning of the presidency. Institutions serve the people, not a single leader, not a single party. So institutions that the government has, they serve the people of the United States from whereby the power is derived. And there's a responsibility to future generations, and that's why we have this Constitution. That's our posterity. Another quote, Alexander Hamilton, the famous one from the musical, in Federalist Paper number 1, he wrote that the fabric of an American empire ought to rest on the solid base of the consent of the people. Now I want to talk about what I'm calling Trump-era transgressions of our norms. And that's why I started with the preamble, because it's about norms and values, not about laws. So the first one, let me just go back real quick, look at my notes. Yeah, unity. Come on. I'm honestly just going to put a series of clips right after this that show that Trump, his followers, and the administration are not about unity. It's about division. It's about us versus them. And I mean, honestly, go ahead and watch.
There's literally a floating island of garbage in the middle of the ocean right now. Yeah. I think it's called Puerto Rico.
How the hell did that guy ever become president? Could somebody explain to me? They're poisoning the blood of our country. Woke lunacy and transgender insanity the hell out of our government.
I think the bigger problem are the people from within. We have some very bad people. We have some sick people, radical left lunatics.
We pledge to you that we will root out the communists, Marxists, fascists, and the radical left thugs that live like vermin within the confines of our country.
Justice, right? I mean, come on. Politicization of the Department of Justice, pardons for his allies and all the January 6th insurrectionists, etc. I mean, again, I'm just going to have a list of things that are so unjust that it's just unbelievable.
I am inclined to pardon many of them. I can't say for every single one because a couple of them probably they got out of control. I would say it will be a large portion of them. You know, they did a very...
Domestic tranquility. Okay, here's a bunch of more examples. I mean, we do not have domestic tranquility. And I'm almost not saying that other administrations did a better job or didn't do similar things like this, but like Trump's administration is doing this on purpose. They're trying to do this.
Maybe he should have been roughed up because it was absolutely disgusting what he was doing.
Knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously. You know what they used to do to guys like that when they were in a place like this? They'd be carried out on a stretcher, folks.
They were there with love in their heart. That was an unbelievable, and it was a beautiful day.
The common defense. Okay, we're undermining NATO, cozying up to our adversaries, Russia, etc. And then uplifting internal troublemakers. And I'm just going to say like the Proud Boys as an example. Stand back, stand by. And then I want to talk about the general welfare. So the mishandling of COVID because of stupid culture war stuff. I mean, it's still happening, right? Like, look what's happening in Florida right now.
I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection?
Florida is moving to eliminate all vaccine mandates, including ones for children to attend public school. This would make Florida the first state to end a long-standing practice of requiring certain vaccines for students, which public health experts say help control the spread of infectious diseases.
Downplaying other crises, blatantly disregarding citizens that he and his administration deem others, so Democrats, minorities, other marginalized people. And then I want to talk about the posterity, right? So our future generations. I mean, this has been happening for a while. This is not just the Trump administration, but trust has been eroding from government institutions for so long, and it's like rapid fire right now. It's like daily erosion of trust, and it's actually now hitting the military, which is a real bummer because it used to be, and maybe still is, but it seems like it's going down. But it used to be held in very high regard. But the framers of the Constitution wrote for ourselves and our posterity to remind us that the Constitution was never meant to serve just one leader or just one generation or just one group of people. When a president tears down trust in our institutions for personal gain, it's our children, not us, who have to pay the price, right? So I'm turning 40 soon. It's my son who's going to have to pay for the erosion of trust and have to build it back up. Why does it matter? So the preamble is about us, not me or not any individual. If the values from the preamble, they slip, the Constitution weakens. Like the preamble is the why for the Constitution. Without that, it's just a paper with like what we can and can't do on it, right? The preamble tells us why. It frames the values under which it's written. There's a quote from Daniel Webster, who's a senator. I think this is from 1830 in a speech to the Senate. He said, "It is the people's constitution, the people's government, made for the people, made by the people, and answerable to the people." Again, not just one person and not just one party. So just want to tie this back. The Constitution starts not with laws, but with our values that we're agreeing on. Those values only matter if we defend them. And the Constitution will crumble if we do not defend these values under which, on top of which it's founded. So in the next video, we'll look at Article 1, which covers Congress, which is one of the 3 branches of government, and how it was meant to check presidential power. And I'm going to talk about how it's not checking presidential power and how that's a really, really bad thing. All right, thanks for listening.
For the United States of America.